Okay, so with every new Yu-Gi-Oh series comes new monsters, and I thought I'd take a look at the new monsters introduced within Yu-Gi-Oh 7s and give you my 10 favourite monsters, with a little bit of an explanation as to why. Hello everyone and welcome to Dueling with Downton, and today relax as we'll be going over my favourite monsters within Yu-Gi-Oh 7s. And of course, as you listen along to this list, let me know your favourites in the comments down below. Let's get started. At number 10, we have the Dark Ruler of the Chair. Now for me, this card is very awesome when it appeared within the anime, and its design just looks amazing, especially the card art. I will admit, I prefer the card art more than the actual anime presentation of the card. The style of the deck this card is used in is utilizing monsters with 0 attack, and I think that is really cool, interesting and unique. It's something that actually makes me want to try out a Throne deck, and more specifically this particular card. So for those reasons, and just because I think it's really awesome, is at number 10. And now at number 9 we have Folder Blitz for Dream String. Now this card never really had much of a showcasing within the anime, which was a shame because I thought it was a really awesome card. But thanks to the Rush Dueling Switch game, I had a chance to use this card quite a few times, and I really enjoyed doing so. The design I think is awesome, and it sticks to the theme of being a guitar and a theme of music. Again, the card art displays this monster I think a little better than the anime did, because the anime hardly ever showed it, but at the same time, it's a very cool card that helped me kind of catch some ground when dueling online on the Switch game. So for that, I'm putting it at number 9. And number 8, we're sticking with the music theme as we go for Royal Demon Heavy Metal. So, all cool characters need an awesome ace monster. So for Roa, we got the Royal Demon Heavy Metal, which was a fantastic ace monster within the series. It was fun, lively, and very wild. It has an amazing card art, and the anime presents it really well, if I'm being honest. It has a great effect that helps make you want to use the card even more. But I think the element that makes me like this monster so much was the anime representation. Whenever this monster took the stage, the energy levels and the vibe and the atmosphere of the duel changed dramatically, making it more exciting and more lively, making you actually want to get up out of your chair and start headbanging yourself like you're part of a Roa Roman concert. Absolutely awesome. I enjoyed this monster whenever it appeared within Yu-Gi-Oh 7s, so for me, it's number 8. And number 7, we have Diankito, the Gold Digging Master. So I really like all of the Diankito monsters introduced within Yu-Gi-Oh 7s. Choosing just one of them for this list was very difficult. However, if you've seen my previous video in where I've ranked these monsters, then you'll understand why I have to put Diankito, the Gold Digging Master at, number 7 in this list and not any of the other Diankito monsters. Because, well, go watch that video and you'll find out. But at the same time, for those who haven't watched that video, I really loved using this monster in the Switch game. I also really loved the fact that it was the first Diankito physical monster that we got to see, and it's associated with my favourite character of the series, Mimi Itachi. And number 6, we have Medallion Ashora Star. Now this was the first fusion monster shown within Yu-Gi-Oh 7s and Rush Duels in the anime. And what an opening act this monster had, as the kind of build up to this monster was just so perfect. When it arrived, it came with a dark, ominous and almost creepy like feeling and vibe. This was made thanks to the music that was presented, the kind of puppet and circus theme and theatrical that was going on throughout the episode, and of course thanks to Yuo's crazy actions and dialogue that was presented in that moment. When this monster was summoned, it left chills down my spine, and I just absolutely adore the kind of design and the elements that this monster brings to it. The summoning animation and the chant for this monster helps to make the monster so awesomely creepy. The design fits perfectly with that creepy circus vibe that Yugioh's deck has going for it. Plus, the design itself just looks amazing with that core-like structure in the beginning. As well as the fact is, the mismatched body parts that were showcased with it is just a really cool element that just enhances the monster itself. Looking at the card effects is a multiple choice effect skill, and both skills are fantastic and could be useful in many different situations that helps you out in different styles. It's the first cyborg type monster that got introduced to Yugioh, and returning to the design sort of aspect of things, it fits brilliantly with the idea of this monster being a cyborg, thanks to all of the mismatched parts and pieces and doll-like sort of look of the monster and those robot eye features. So the fact is, it just all comes together to create a perfectly awesome and cool ace monster that belongs to Yugioh. At number 5, we have the Magician of Dark Sevens. Now this was Otis's final boss monster within Sevens, and when it arrived onto our screens, it was mind-blowing in many different aspects. It really did carry that final boss energy, and it held that sinister dark vibe, which really boosted the episode that it appeared in. Plus, it almost beat our main protagonist in the final duel of a Yugioh series, which is crazy. Now this monster is another example of a monster in where I think the card art does present it better than the anime showcasing of the monster. However, I think both do really well in terms of making you like the elements and aspect of its design. The rings were a nice addition. The blue flames really helped sell this card for me. It did remind me of many different monsters that we've seen within Yu-Gi-Oh before, but at the same time, it still held that freshness, it held that sort of atmosphere that made it different than some of the other monsters we've seen previous within Sevens and within any other Yu-Gi-Oh series. Unfortunately though, for me, this monster does appear very late into the series, so we don't really get to see it that often, which is why I think it's amazing, but I do have to put it in 5th. In 4th place, we have Sevens Road Witch. Now, I'm going to upset a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh fans here by saying this, but honestly, I think Sevens Road Witch is better than Dark Magician Girl. Controversial, I know. And the thing that makes me like this monster so much was the energy and liveliness this monster brought to the series. Whenever a monster is shown within a duel acting very lively, very animated, and this monster did exactly that on many different levels. It acted like a performer, which added to the excitement of the duel whenever it was summoned. I love the fact is that when it comes out, both in the Switch game and within the anime, it's got that fire swirling around it while it kind of gives you a little wink. And at the same time, when it summons Sevens Road Magician using its effect, it kind of throws itself up into a staff up in the air, making it feel a bit more exciting, like you're watching some sort of magician perform on stage. Also, she got super involved with the Majin Yuga duel, acting like a real Demon Lord commander, with all those facial expressions, which I absolutely loved. Whenever Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens made a monster act very realistic and showed them showing a reaction, whether it's on their face or by body language, I thought it just enhanced everything about what was going on in that segment. So of course, when Majin Yuga summoned Sevens Road Magician and Sevens Road Witch, and they started acting very sinister and creepy and in character with like a demon Majin version, that was just pure perfect. The skill for Sevens Road Witch is decent enough, and I've had a chance to use this card many times when playing the Rush Dueling Switch game, when using a Sevens Road like deck or spellcasters, and I have to say it's been really helpful when dueling. So yeah, I really like this monster, and she does get full placed on this list because She's amazing. In third place, taking the bronze medal, we have Illusion Strike Dragon Mirror Gears. So, I often don't like the dragon type monster that the rivals used within the different Yu-Gi-Oh shows. But this monster used by Luke I thought was absolutely epic and had lots of different awesome segments within the anime. His anime debut left a lot of mystery to be resolved and I thought was just super amazing. The design is a top tier one in of itself, but the attack animation in particular I was blown away by. I loved this as it created illusions of itself multiplying and then attacking the opponent. Visually, it just looked amazing and fitted in with the theme of the monster. This monster didn't appear all the time, but when it did appear it felt very special and added to both the excitement of the monster when it was brought out and the mystery that it carried. We didn't actually get to see this monster for a very long time after episode 27 when it was introduced. So we as the audience were left wondering if Luke could even reuse this card. And when it finally did appear again, I jumped out my seat. I love using this card on the Switch game and it's helped me out in many different tricky situations to win a duel. And I can't wait to own a physical copy of this card once they physically release in the UK. In second place, we have Dragu, the Heavenly Emperor Dragon Tree. Now this maximum was the first maximum that we got to see within the Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's anime series, and its debut was awesome. When it entered onto our screens, it had a super cool summoning animation and chant, which left us as fans shocked and picking our jaw off the ground, because maximums were something we never actually saw before within any Yu-Gi-Oh! Series. This was a completely new concept. And seeing how they kick the gates open, swinging off all hinges by bringing us this super amazing looking three-headed dragon at the first maximum that we get introduced to, was just insane. I think maximum as maximum summoning as a mechanic is really awesome, and I wish we got more maximum monsters within the anime. But at the same time, having so few of these powerful creatures made all of them feel a bit more special and unique. The design of this monster is very much on point with its reference to Yggdrasil, the world tree from Norse mythology. As we can see this from the fact that the monster design has lots of tree-like elements. It looks like a plant. Especially when it's being summoned with its animation, it looks like it's growing from the universe and creating what is known as Dragu, the Heavenly Dragon Tree Emperor thingy. So, the fear factor, the awesome design, and the really unique summoning mechanic that went alongside this monster with its useful and powerful skills that it obtains when in maximum mode, ranks this monster amongst some of my all-time favourite monsters within Yu-Gi-Oh! As a side note, using this maximum on the Rush Dueling Switch game is so much fun to do, and of course it's the better choice when looking at the monster maximum to use in-game. So, my favourite monster from Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's, you may have guessed it or you may have not, but it is Entrancer, the Shadow Fang Konoichi. This monster, let's just say it captivated or entranced me in many different ways. First of all, its design. The card art looks amazing, but I think the anime presented this monster better. The presentation of this monster, to me, was perfect. Seeing how when it gets summoned, we see that cheeky personality shine through, I thought was a treat every single time it happened. The best thing I thought we saw from this monster though while in the anime was its personality. I've already said that it acted cheeky, but it was also very playful, very mischievous, as we see it helping Ranze taunt Gakuto in episode 41. And that, I've never been able to get that out of my head. It's just so awesome. I love the fact that it was dancing along, being cheeky, being playful, taunting Gakuto, and just showing a lot of lively personality and just making me smile and having fun even more when watching the duel. I thought the skill as well was another great element of this monster, as you can get another Entrancer onto your field from your graveyard, which is always fun to do. Now of course it can't attack directly, but it can attack other monsters on the field, making your original Entrancer take the final blow, or deal the final blow. The fact that you can actually multiply Entrancers on your field by using the effect also fits in line perfectly with the ninja theme that the Flower Fang Konoichi sort of archetype holds with it. Yeah, so this monster, it gave me so much enjoyment when seeing it involved in the Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's anime, and it's a card I really want to own in real life. I can't wait to get it, and I can't wait for it to be added into the Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush Switch game, because when that happens, that's the only archetype I'm going to be using, and you won't be able to beat me. So there you have it, those are my top 10 monsters from the Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's anime series. Now, you may agree or disagree with some of these monsters on this list, or you might think the list is way too crazy and unconventional. However, I'd love to hear what your top 10 monsters are in the comments down below. Of course, if you've enjoyed this video, which I hope you have, hit that like button, comment and subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh! Content moving forward. Have a great day. Alligator, madine, goodbye.